Hello and welcome to Carlton Town TV. I'm here today with Paul Rockley, the new coach. Welcome to Carlton Town. It's nice of you to join us. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your football background and your coaching.
No, it's a pleasure to be here to start and work with Tommy and Mark again. First started off as a goalkeeper coach, first team coach at Eastwood Community FC, formerly of Eastwood Town. Obviously that got started again about 5 years ago now, so that was my first opportunity really in men's football, learn the ropes. Obviously then progressed with doing my UEFA B as well, which I passed a few seasons ago. We won a title challenge a couple of seasons ago with then manager Paul McFarland. Sadly the club didn't decide to apply for promotion, so I then ended up moving on after that season to Clipston, who were a Step 5 team, in a new role as an assistant manager, to Billy Fox, who had been a very successful Step 6 manager when he was at Staveley. So it was a good opportunity then to progress into Step 5 football from Step 7, work with some senior players who had gone on to levels similar to this and slightly higher as well, and then ended up being in a position where the club decided itself again to take a different route and wanted to go back down the leagues and more of a local community based club. Then moved on to Renouf, where again it was more of a coaching role under two different managers, Julian Watson, Craig Denton, who's currently at Worksop, and congratulations to him as one of my former gaffers on his recent achievements. And I look forward to seeing them this season, how the potential league structures looking to shape up. So I worked with Craig for a few months. It was a very heavy base coaching staff, and I wasn't really doing enough coaching, nothing, no fallout or anything on those lines. It's just like players really, if they're not playing, they want to play. Me as a coach, I wanted to be coaching, and there wasn't quite enough opportunities, and that's how I came across Tommy and Mark, and where we met together at Colville. I worked with Lee Windram at the time doing their development squad, reserves, trying to build the youngsters into the first team. So really in terms of working in football and looking to promote youth and an attacking style of football in terms of a brand, and that's something that I'm sure the Carlton fans will look forward to for the upcoming season.
Yeah, definitely. We spoke about playing that sort of football. I know Tommy and Mark really want it, so hopefully you can contribute to that. How long have you been coaching for, and in particular with Tommy and Mark?
With Tommy and Mark in particular, I started with them at Colville in about 2017 now, so a couple of years ago now. I'd say working with the development squad mainly, but also being a part of the first team, again taking first team coaching sessions at times when needed, and then helping out the current backroom staff there at the time, who were obviously the main coaches there, and filling if needs to be due to any absences. But overall it was a fantastic experience, and just to learn off these two guys who have been there, they've achieved it, and as somebody who's a youngish coach in age-wise, fantastic tutors for me.
And what role will you be coming into?
Mainly working with, as a first team coach. Obviously I'll be the lead first team coach. We're working with Martin, who obviously will be, I'm sure we'll be interviewing after this, and we'll go into more detail about his role. So we'll be working together and obviously being the lead coach and ensuring that we're all working towards the same goal, and that's obviously to get higher up the table compared to the last few seasons and put a smile back on the fans, the chairman and the local community.
Obviously you've not been here before. Are you excited to take on your new role here?
Yeah, certainly it's a new step for me, Step 4. It's not a step that I've coached at previously, but I've been working in a Step 3 environment, so for myself I'm confident in terms of getting the messages, in terms of the communication across the players, in terms of how the joint managers want to work, in terms of the philosophy, style of play, and the encouragement, that the determination that we'll be able to put on in performances and get us up the table rather than towards the bottom of the table where it seems to have been for the last couple of seasons.
So you mentioned the style of play that they play. What exactly is that? What would you like to be involved in?
At the end of the day, football's about winning games, but again it's about having a style of play where we just want to attack. We want to attack teams. We don't want to be hanging on, or we might get a point here today. That's not the mentality of Tommy and Mark in particular. It's a philosophy I share the same, that we want to be on the ball, we want to be dominant, we want to be aggressive to teams and be on the front foot, and that's something that the fans, once they come back through the gates, they will 100% appreciate what we're trying to do in the long term for everybody.
Is it fair to say you'll be playing more from the back and passing football rather than longer diagonal balls?
Don't get me wrong. All managers have different styles of play, but we'll certainly be looking to be on the front foot, gaining possession with the ball, and looking to utilise it and get shots away and have some encouragement rather than going the other way and be a bit more direct and maybe not quite working out. Certainly be an attacking based style of play and being on the front foot.
Good. I look forward to watching that. Having worked with Mark and Tommy, what do you think are their strengths as a management duo?
Both great man managers, 100% both great man managers in terms of not just with players but with staff as well. A lot of, even from a young coach perspective, again, they've been fantastic for me in my development. The phones are always switched on. If you ever want to call us, they're straight there, and I think that's important even as a young player. Again, obviously Tommy's got a lot of history here with Carlton in terms of promoting youth players, and he's obviously been the same with coaching staff and his own support staff over the years who've all gone on to other things, and it's been fantastic learning off them after this short period of time in their careers.
Good. What's your first impressions of the facilities and everyone here at Carlton?
Yeah, it's a great club, great facility. I know the area quite well, having lived around here for a few years. But it's certainly a club that we can certainly put some life back into the fans and get the attendances up again from previous seasons, and I'm confident with Tommy and Mark that we'll be able to do that.
You've referred to the fans quite a lot. Obviously they're a massive part of the club. We've got a particular message for them to get them back down here or anything?
So with the fans, again, come down, bring your friends, bring your family. Again, this is also a good family club as well. I think that's important. That shouldn't get lost in the community. Come down, enjoy the days of football that will be here, and look forward and enjoy it.
Lovely. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you for joining us, and I'll look forward to seeing you around the ground.
Pleasure.